Well, good morning to you this morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. And I hope that you are well and that you are anticipating this day with a sense of gladness. And if not, I hope that this time together can be a space that rekindles a sense of hope and meaning for you. We are creations of a loving God who wants us to thrive. We are not random byproducts of a meaningless universe. God showed us that nothing can separate us from His love, not even death. And the main theme of Christ's life is, for God so loved the world that He gave. You are loved. I am loved. We are made to love. As Christians, we live in this world. But for us, it is a transitional home. A home badly in need of rehabilitation, badly in need of people coming to see that they are loved, deeply loved. And we are the active agents that bring love into a world that so needs it, that so needs the rehabilitating power of love. We serve in a shadow kingdom that operates amid earthly powers. Early Christians lived by different rules to the surrounding culture, and this attracted attention from outsiders and often won them over. The fact that Christians displayed a counterculture, Christians displayed living a life that had meaning, while the round about them, the culture, seemed meaningless. And I want to read to you a comment written by a supporter or a sympathizer of the Christian movement in the Roman Empire. And this person says, they marry like everyone else. They have children, but they do not destroy their offspring. They share a common table, but not a common bed. They exist in the flesh, but they do not live by the flesh. They pass their days on earth, but they are citizens of heaven. They obey the prescribed laws, all the while surpassing the laws by their lives. Christians stood out because they loved life and lived it well. Christians are amphibious creatures. We live in the world, but are not of the world. A modern society runs by competition, self-indulgence, and power. And we should stand out as very different. We need to be looking for opportunities to dispense grace, not just words to those around us, real grace. We should invite and have relationships with civic leaders in our communities. Reach out to those who are in charge. Extend to them grace. To honor those who serve us, teachers, social workers, police, even telemarketers. Philip Yancey describes one woman who sees it as her ministry to share grace with telemarketers who are probably amongst some of the most abused people in our communities. And so she recognizes that they're probably doing this job because they need to. And so she begins to speak to them and even pray with them. She sees them and has a profound effect on their lives. We should be known for our grace. Can we be gracious drivers? Miroslav Volf describes evangelism as sharing God's wisdom. The God who created human beings knows what works best for us. Some things are obvious. Things like do not steal, do not lie, do not murder. But some things are counterintuitive, such as care for the vulnerable, forgive, love your enemies. We need to understand that God wants the very best for us. That's what He desires for each of us. And so He gives us His wisdom so that we can discern what is best for us. Sin is what makes our lives less healthy. And God points this out to us because He wants us to live well, not because He wants to be a cosmic policeman. He's saying to us, I know what's good for you. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to live a life of meaning. I want you to live a rich life. Listen to me. That's what the still voice of God is saying deep within us. Ignatius says that sin is refusing to believe that God wants my happiness and fulfillment. God says, trust me, I know what is best for you. And we say, yes, Lord, and go and do our own thing. Because at heart, we don't believe. And perhaps that's the essence of trusting God, trusting that He wants what is best for us. Sin is really making good things into ultimate things. Instead of God being the ultimate in our lives, we make other things the ultimate thing. And usually that ultimate thing is ourselves. Christ comes to give empty lives meaning. In the modern world, people are not looking for salvation. They don't understand that. But they are looking for meaning. And the strange thing is that the search for meaning leads to salvation. It leads to a life with God. Unless we love sex, alcohol, food, money, success, and power in the way that God intends that we should, we become slaves of those things. And salvation is to be freed from being a slave. The root meaning of the word salvation is to be broad, to become spacious, to be enlarged. It carries with it a sense of freedom. God wants to set us free to live open and loving lives. That is the good news that we need to be sharing with everyone that we meet. Amen.